ballet. What kind of name is that? That's the only part everybody knows. Sing it, girl. As much is true when I say this stuff.
This sounds like what's his name? Astrid. What's his name?
Say the name again.
Astrid. What's his name? The guy who sings that troll song.
Troll song?
It's like the song that everyone uses to troll.
Oh, Rick Astley.
Astley.
What'd you say?
Astrid.
Ellen has a deficiency with names and very precise combinations of letters. So words in general. But I like this song by Spandau Ballet because there's this. And then that I was singing the lower note of each third. You know it's the 80s when you got the sax in there. But okay, yeah, I like that third there because the third there for the first three are the same third. Okay. So it goes. If we're in this key, those two notes at the same time. Can you sing this one? And I'll sing this one. But it's not in the key. It's in this key. It's in this. Oh, it's not this part yet. But it's this note right here. Sing this note. Sing this note. And then I sing this note. So it goes. Da, 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 da. Do this rhythm. Da, da. Okay. Da, da. Go. And then go up. No, you gotta go. I can't reach out. It's this note. Up an octave. Sing it. Go higher. Da, 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 da. Seventh note. But up an octave. There you go. No, that's the eighth note. That's an octave. Good. That's the fifth note scale. Go to seventh note. Up. There you go. No, you go 5 5 5 5 5 5 7 7. You get what I'm saying? I'm singing 3. You sing. Oh, here we go. Up to 7. We only have a few more before the song ends. Have you ever sung in a choir before? Okay, I have much more patience for my students. My patience runs out for my wife.
Me.
Okay.
That's a good song.
I know, but I wanted to say something about the thirds, which we never got to say. Do you want to know what I like about those thirds? You know what a third is, hon?
It's when the song it's 1 and 3. Play 1 and 3.
Sure. That's like you have a note 1 and you have a note 3. It's any two notes that are 3 consecutive scale degrees apart. So I sang 5 and you sang, supposed to sing 7. You kept singing
Don't know
something.
what else.
You're like, there's like a 6 in there usually. But then if I sing a 3 and you sing a 5, that's a third. And if I go up to a 5 and you also go up with me, that's a different third. It's 5 and 7. And the cool thing about that song is it just uses this very, very simple thirds. They call it ostinato. Ostinato. It's just like
What
a
is
fancy
that?
word for like a repeating rhythmic figure. So the cool thing about the third is the first 3 thirds are the same, but the chord underneath that third is 3 and 5. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 and 5. Sing 5 again. 5, 5, 3. Go up an octave. That's a 3 you're singing. So the third is this chord. And then the chord changes to bum, right there, the 6th chord. But then we're still doing the same third. This note. And so the chord underneath is there, and then it goes down to here, and you do the same note. But the bass note is bum. So for that third that shows up 3 times in ostinato, the chord changes each time from a 1 chord to a 6 chord to a 4 chord, and then it changes. And then it changes. Well, it's not all just all thirds. It's all the same third. 3 and 5, 3 and 5, 3 and 5, like that. But the chord underneath is a 1 chord, a 6 chord, and a 4 chord.
But they're all thirds.
What's all thirds? You mean the chords
chords?
underneath? Yes, the chords underneath are thirds as well.
That's cool.
Is that what you?
Is that why you like it? Because it's thirds?
No, I like it because the
Ostinato.
third stays the same. The third in ostinato stays the same, but the chord underneath changes. And so therefore, even though the third is staying the same, its relationship to the chord is different when the chords change.
Why is it?
Well, because the third doesn't move, but the chord moves. So it sounds
What
like
is third?
the chord underneath is its own thing because it's like a different instrument, you know, and then only the guitar player, the electric guitar player, the EG, is playing the 3 and the 5 together, right? So he's like the lone person playing that thing. He's not really playing like the main chord in the song. He's just peppering it with something on top. But the main chord goes from the 1 chord to the 6th chord to the 4 chord there. And there's this little thing that keeps this thread that the electric guitar is doing throughout those 3 chords. And what they're doing is consistent, but its relationship to the chord changes. So he keeps playing the same third, and then the chords underneath change twice, so that the relationship keeps changing between the notes he's playing and the chords the rest of the band is playing.
Pretty cool.
You follow?
Not really. But sounds cool.
So imagine, you know, I serve you a beer and I squeeze a lemon in there. You know, that's how people like to drink Blue Moon.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, you have some mandarin orange. Squeeze an orange in it. Sorry. And then later on, you have mandarin orange, but it's in a salad.
Oh.
And then later on, I serve you a chicken dish, and it's got some orange zest in it.
Okay.
And then I give you a cheesecake from Zanzi's,
Okay.
and that's got some orange zest in it too. So you got this thread of orange throughout the whole meal, but the thing supporting it underneath is changing.
I see.
And so the cool thing is not orange in and of itself, it's the fact that it's like running through these different supporting chords.
That's cool.
Yeah. Its relationship to the 1 chord is just part of the chord, because a 1 chord is, if you break it into notes, it's 1, 3, 5, right? And the 3 and the 5 that we were singing are just part of the chord, right? And then when I go down to a 6 chord, what's a 6 chord? 6, 8, 10.
Okay.
And 6, 8, 10 is the same as saying 6, 1, 3. Because 8 and 10 are just the first and the third scale degree in the next octave, right?
Okay.
Okay. So then we're singing 3 and 5. So then your note, even though it's the same note you just sang over the 1 chord, that note makes the chord more complex now, because we're playing the 6th chord. That 5 that you're singing up top makes it into a more sophisticated chord.
I see.
And then when we go to the 4 chord, the 4 chord's what? 4, 6, 8. Sing it with me. 4, 6, 8. And then with the 10 and a 12 up top, because 3 and 5, like we're singing, when it's in that higher octave, is like a 10 and a 12. So what your ear's actually hearing is 1, 3, 5 in the first chord, and then it's hearing 6, 8, 10, 12 in the second chord. Even though the second chord is only playing 6, 8, 10, this is, like basically speaking. And then the next chord is 4, 6, 8, but we're singing 10, 12, so it becomes 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So it goes 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So you get these like chords that are like stacking and stacking. That's the cool thing that I like about that Spandau ballet song. She's asleep. Yeah, that's it. What was his name again? Who's the guy that does Rick Roll?
Rick Ainsley.
Ainsley?
Ainsley?
Ansley? Ansley. Yeah. Yeah? You sure? Astley. Rick Astley.